Essentially, for Promised Neverland, I started watching about. I guess I can do it now. Yeah, I started watching like the other day, catching up, and mind you, I've read a lot of the manga. I sort of assume what this not series, but this like not even saga. What's the right word for it? What this arc slash season would entail. Yeah, those are the words. And it was completely different. Like literally half the stuff in the actual episodes in a season just weren't in the actual they just weren't in the actual anime or the manga. And I'm like, what? And one of the curious parts about this is, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's just weird because there's an inconsistency now and you don't know what's canon and what isn't. It's like, is the anime real or is the manga real? And it's cool because also it adds more lore, I guess you could say. But at the same time, it's like I wanted to see some of those parts in the manga showed out on the anime on the big screen, right? So it was really weird. I do have to say though, it is super disappointing though seeing some of my the characters that I really do enjoy in the manga just not being in the anime. I don't want to like do a big spoiler about it, but it's rough. It's rough. It's like you sort of expect things, and I think this isn't a bad thing either. Like I think it's fine for a series to do this. It definitely makes it so manga readers will essentially just like have another bite, right? Like it gives you more content, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. The one thing I do think is bad about it though is I wish it was an addition to the content that was already given in the manga. But I can see that's how that could be a problem too. Cause like this screen time is actually a thing. Do I have to fight these? Okay, they fight these. Right, like you only have so much time on the screen. You've got like 20 minutes per episode, right? So like you can see how like doing this in addition to like the new content would be a problem. But it's just I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about some content below. But I do sort of enjoy it, but at the same time, there's some stuff I just don't enjoy about it. And it's particularly just the points where I was like super fascinated. The sort of like the nostalgia and like seeing some of the stuff in color as it sort of what brings me to like watching the anime. It's like I get to see this actually happen outside my imagination. It's not just like frames on a book, right? Does that make sense? And like I said, it's not a bad thing. I wish there's more content to be had. Like I remember being like in elementary school slash middle school, anime shows were like not anime shows, but like shows were like 30 minutes long, right? And then anime for the most part seemed to be 20 minutes long. I'm just like, okay. Then I think about it now. Actually, it's like there's a bunch of just like advertisement and commercials too that were a thing. So like I guess this is on par with like the usual anatomy of like a show being 20 minutes long. I don't know exactly per se, but oh gosh, I just want more. And this is essentially what it's giving me. It's giving me more content. But I hate the fact that it's sort of cannibalizing the previous content and sort of making it obsolete at the same time. I don't know. Like even they don't even have to do it like the whole part like that, right? Like you could just like do a small skip and show that something else happened or something is happening while also not diving too deep into it. This will make it so you can I guess not have too much screen time on some of the older content slash content that's like canon, and also introduce new content. I don't know. I personally don't mind it, but it seems like there's a lot of people in the anime community that do particularly care for just like the consistency between the anime and the manga. But I don't know. That's not me. That's totally not me. I could see totally too, because like this is something that happens in a bunch of other stuff too. Like if you look at superhero movies, like a lot of the stuff isn't. I wouldn't say it's not canon because like a lot of this is already written out in these comic books, but it's also a lot of new stuff, right? Like you're not gonna see Clark like do some of the crazy stuff he does in the comic books because like I don't know how you even capture someone like destroying the sun or whatever crazy stuff he does in the actual comic books, but like you always see like a different content of him, right? So I sort of like it happens. It happens. And I don't think it's a bad thing, and I wish more people would like embrace that sort of thing because I think it's cool. I don't think it's too bad. I could see it going either way, but having more content is always good for me. Anyways, let's see what she has here.